It's gonna be a lot of butts in this B-roll. I'm deathly afraid of heights, so it might come as a surprise to you when I tell you that I love rock climbing. A couple years ago, I think 10 years ago? 10 years ago? Oh my god. Ugh. So I think it was about 10 years ago, a friend I had met on the convention circuit doing webcomics and things like that was really into rock climbing. And it turned out he lived near me, and there's a gym like down the street in Rockville. And he kept bugging me. Come on, climb. It's gonna be a lot of fun. It's a great time. It's totally safe. You'll have a blast. You'll love it. Kept telling him, I'm afraid of heights. I'm scared of being up high. I'm scared of falling. I'm scared of splatting. And he's like, no. It'll be fine. You're roped in. It's totally safe. I've done this for years. You'll love it. Finally, one night, I relented. Me and my wife went out, rented our harness, rented our shoes, got tied in, and went up a wall. And I loved it. Even though I was shaking the entire time. You can tell when somebody's nervous about climbing when they come down and their legs start shaking and they refuse to let go of the holds and hold the rope when you're being lowered. They just kind of freeze. That was me. My whole body was shaking. I was just locked. My legs were doing this fish thing. It was terrifying, but I loved it. I remember that first night there was a part of the wall, and I think it was in the beginner classroom area, which only goes up to about 20 feet, but there was a part of the wall that was a little bit of an incline, not even like a 45-degree thing where you have to kind of lean all the way out. And it wasn't that long. It was maybe, the length of my elbow to my fingertips here, so it's not that long. But that little bit of a jut out of the wall scared the shit out of me. And for the first month of climbing, it was my white whale. Like, I could not get over that without stopping right below and just psyching myself up to do it. But eventually, I did. I got over it, got through it. I'm still very afraid of heights. You'll never see me lead climbing because I'm just not ready. I'm not there yet, So what does climbing have to do with an art channel? Well, one of my favorite things about climbing, and bouldering in particular, bouldering is where you climb without ropes. You probably go up 10 or 15 feet. And the routes are called problems because instead of just grabbing a hold and muscling your way up, the routes take a lot of thought. So it's a lot of problem solving, physical problem solving with your body and your hands and your feet and stuff like that. But my favorite thing to do is bouldering because I usually climb during the day and I have friends who have real jobs, so they can't always come out and help. So I don't have to worry about getting roped in or waiting on a partner. Anyway, the thing I love about climbing is that it is very self-directed. There are no gatekeepers. No one's there telling you, oh, you're not good enough to do this climb, or you don't know the advanced techniques to approach this problem. If you see a V10 is very hard, by the way. If you see a V10 in the bouldering cave and you've only done like V2s or V3s in the past, you can grab that V10. You could put your hands on it and you can just try it. And sure, you might fall, but you might not. You never know, but you get to try it. No one's stopping you. Now, there are some technical things that you kind of need to know. Like if you want to do lead climbing, you have to be certified to do that sort of thing. If you want to do roped climbing, you have to have a belay partner and all that kind of stuff. But for the most part, climbing is self-directed. You get to choose what you want to do, and there's no one around telling you that that's not the right way to do it. Well, if you're being unsafe, sure. But for the most part, you can do what you want. Trying new things without the fear of gatekeeping. That's one of the big things that I love about rock climbing, and I feel like that should apply to the arts in general. If you want to try playing the guitar or the bass, or if you want to learn how to dance, or if you want to use watercolors, or if you want to sculpt, you should absolutely feel empowered to do those things and not have to deal with gatekeepers telling you that you can't for whatever reason. Whatever reason someone is telling you you can't do a thing in the arts, they're wrong. I mean, sure, you might pick up the guitar and sound like shit, or you might try to paint something that you have in your mind and it might look like a dead potato. Anytime we pick up a new skill or something, there's always going to be that little dinky incline that freaks us the fuck out. But that shouldn't stop you. You should just keep going. And whoever those people are in your life that are telling you you can't do the thing, don't give them the power over you to prevent you from doing that. I hate it when I hear stories of people that have stopped playing music or drawing because their parents told them that they can't make a living doing it and that they should concentrate on doing something that you'll get a real job at. And, you know, speaking as a parent, you kind of want the best for your child, and part of that is acquiring the skills necessary to make a living and all that kind of good stuff. But if music is your passion, or if drawing is your passion, or if painting is your passion, or if dance is your passion, you don't always have to do that shit for a living. You could do it for fun. I didn't get into rock climbing because I thought I could make a living at it. A very, 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 very tiny percentage of rock climbers actually make a living at it. So you don't have to make a living at whatever artistic pursuit fills you with joy. Just do it. You should do it. Don't let people gatekeep for you. There's a second aspect of rock climbing that really appeals to me, and that's the absence of self-delusion. You either get up the wall or you don't get up the wall. You can't really lie to yourself and say, oh, I totally cleared that, when you didn't. And I think having that realistic view of where you are in your development of your skill set is important. Now, I don't think that you should browbeat yourself if you're struggling with something and self-deprecate yourself to the point where you feel like just quitting because everything is awful. But if you recognize that there's something you need to work on in your skill set, be honest with yourself. Like, if you know you have problems drawing hands, take that mental note, recognize that hands are giving you trouble, and spend a couple of weeks or a couple of months just figuring out how to draw this hand. Hands are tough, even though you see them every day. Like, you're washing your hands, you're eating with your hands, you're picking your nose. You see your hand every day, but you don't always think about what makes up a hand. So if hands are your problem, you got a pretty easy model here to just look at and practice and practice and practice and practice and practice. All this stuff takes practice. There's a third aspect of rock climbing that I really love, and it's the community. Now, I'm not here to say that everybody is like hippy-dippy and lovey-dovey in the climbing community. There are assholes in every community. There are people you want to stay away from everywhere. But a majority of people that I've met at the gym are very supportive of each other. Sometimes if I'm in the bouldering cave alone and there are a bunch of strangers around and they see me struggling on a particular move, a lot of times you'll hear just random people shouting at you saying, you can do it, or just shift your weight, you got this, come on. They're all cheering for you. They don't know who the fuck you are, but they've been there. They've seen that problem. They've done that. They know how tough it is. And having an encouraging word push you along sometimes actually helps you get past a really tough move. Sometimes if people see you struggling, they'll walk up to you and say, hey, can I give you a little beta for that move, or give you a suggestion on how you can get past that a little bit easier. It's a very enthusiastic, helpful community, and that's what I want for us artists. I want us all to cheer each other on, or if we see each other struggling, to give a helpful word or a helping hand, or offer up advice when somebody's asking for it. There are no secrets here, just like there's no secrets at the gym. You not helping someone else get up the wall doesn't do you any good. So you might as well help another person. Like, you know, in some ways we're all in this together. And my big hope for all of you artists out there is that you surround yourself with people who are enthusiastic about what you are doing and who are willing to help you out when you need a hand, because none of this happens by itself. No artist builds their career on their own. Every artist needs someone to lean on. Every artist needs someone to reach out to. Every artist needs someone to collaborate with. We're all in this together. So, no gatekeeping, lack of self-delusion, and a great supportive community. These are the aspects of rock climbing that I look for in my personal art development, and also in the community of artists that I hang around with. Okay, so thanks for watching. If any of you are climbers, please let me know if any of you have used your climbing experiences and applied them to your own personal development or professional development. And if any of you are in the DMV are looking for places to climb, I'm partial to the EarthTrex gyms. I'm not getting paid to say this, but they got gyms in Crystal City, Columbia, Rockville, Timonium, and Hamilton, somewhere up in Baltimore. It's a bouldering gym. I never remember if it's Hamilton or Hampton. I'll look it up. I'll link it in the show notes. Shout out to Dan, Charm City, Shinobi, Malihom for letting me film him climb and for him shooting some B-roll with me. I think he has a YouTube channel, but I'm not sure, but I'll find links for him and I'll put those in the show notes as well. Alright, thanks for watching and I'll check you next time. Bye!
He's alive.